I am Orhan Galjus. I'm coming from Amsterdam. I was born in Kosovo, but in last 26, because of the war in ex-Yugoslavia, I moved to Netherlands. I am a journalist, actually, and well, I'm living as a journalist, and I do a lot of other work, helping Romani people to get much more, be visible, and to start something that for centuries has not been so known, visible, to get information and so on. That is my world. Recently, a few years ago actually, I have been involved in making a film about the Roma genocide, and it is my story, personal story as a reporter who is a Roma. And I find out that one of the survivors said, we have to speak up. We have to say. And I said to survivor that this is the way how to break the silence. And really I'm fighting to do that. Well, in my career, you know, I was always kind of a pioneer to set up the voice, to set up a mechanism, a system that the Romani voice could be heard. And this happened sometime from 1981 especially, when I started the first time to broadcast in Romani language and mainstream language. When I published so-called zero number of Patrin magazine, which was in Romani and English, there was an article called Apartheid in Europe. And really, if I would compare what's happened in South Africa, because we Roma, we have to see what's happening in the world and what's going on in the world at the same time. So you know very well that apartheid was existing. They said, how, Orhan, you speak about apartheid? But how not? Hundreds, thousands of schools only with Romani kids. I wouldn't be against to have school only with Romani kids, but that school has to be as a piece of development of the country. We know very well that the education is the way to liberty, to our true freedom. The elementary school, I was the only black. I was really black, very black kid. And I was surprised that my teacher, when I have to read in Serbian language, my teacher was coming and she was kissing my head. And I said, oh my God, she loves me. And I get the power. I was best reader in Serbian language in my classroom. And later, and this happened when I had 10, and later when I had 13, 14, I have to finish elementary school. My teacher of Russian language, he said, Orhan, I know that you like to read newspapers. Did you read today's article? I said, no, because morning was, you know, just went to school. And he said, look what's happened. And he showed to me a photo from Belgrade today with a very famous activist. Unfortunately, they are late. They are not among us. They organized first association of Roma in Belgrade. And that time started action, we have a place under the sun, if I would translate that from Serbian. It was a huge action. A media action. And I was challenged to be part of it. And one of, actually, my uncles in family, he was a revolutionary mind in family. He was professor of Albanian language. My other uncles, they were all like, I can say, beautifully participated in society. So I got a note that I have to be and to go on being a best in the class, in gymnasium and so. And being like best, I didn't feel that I'm best, but I felt my task and responsibility, that I have to be something good for the others. And then happened that I got so-called Titov Fund scholarship. That scholarship was twice higher than salary of my father. You know what means this? I was buying a lot of books. I was a free mind man. I can read. And imagine in my 20s, I was invited to speak about Roma at the Serbian Academy of Science. I saw all these old people there with white hair as me today. And I spoke to them. I said to them who we are. I met that time Indian ambassador to speak about origin. I went to Russian embassy because of the books. And that was for me a power that I'm going on. Then I started dialogue with the European Parliament. I get to know first Roma parliamentarian, Juan de Diaz Ramirez Heredia. And that was for me a role model, how to speak in public, what we have to say, what would be a message to our people, to the mainstream societies, to the institutions. We Roma who are scholars, who have practice, experiences, we have to show, first of all, to our people that the education is the best, a perfect way to be equal with others. And we have to do that. One of the most beautiful moments for any child is to start to go to school, is a day of celebration. And I think that all the institutions really have to take care to empower those children from 4 and up. I think the institutions and programs to support Romani children and Roma in general are a little bit far from community. We have to find a way how to reach community. It is not difficult. They should simply go to streets where the Roma are, to the villages where the Roma are, talk to them, but not one day or 3 hours. You have to know really community how it's breathing. You have to see how they sleep. What are the dreams of those children? This is how we have to help them. We have to get into life of people in the real sense. We don't have to make those projects that are beautiful, beautiful cosmetics. We really have to come to our people. Each Rome is important. There is a fear, but to get out of the fear, one has to know why you are fighting for. Can you imagine 1,000 years of Roma communities going from India here to Europe? How these people were living, how many centuries they were traveling towards Seljoukistan here in this region and then left to Europe. What was the life? Which kind of education they had? And coming today is not so big difference, but my big issue is the word coexistence. We to coexist with others would bring the question or the issue of equality. If we Roma survived without any war construction, that we did not attack, that we did not destroy, we didn't occupy, we didn't kill, this should be taken as the highest value of a community that has such way of life. And in Romani, there is no real word for a war. We are actually still an open treasure for the world culture, European culture, and so on.